Alright guys, my name is Blake Bryan. I work with White Lake Police Department. For y'all that don't know me, I just wanted to speak with you for a few minutes about safety involving you and the interaction with law enforcement. I worked with White Lake PD and Elizabethtown Police Department for a cumulative amount of 9 years total, and we receive a lot of training every year. We're required to have a certain amount of training every year, and then we've got extra. Citizens, however, don't ever get any training on how to interact with law enforcement on their end. We're taught everything to look for, everything to do, and how to stay safe and keep everybody as safe as possible, but citizens never really get any training, or really I've never heard of anyone having any classes that would give you any information to help you. So the purpose of this is going to be to inform you on the safest ways to interact with law enforcement whenever you find yourself approached by one, and as well as how to and why law enforcement may act a certain way in any particular situation. So everyone knows law enforcement is a stressful job. It's mentally, physically tasking on the body, swing shift, long hours, stress. So part of the stress of that is the violence, which is plaguing America, plaguing the world. Violence is one of the main things that makes it so dangerous, aside from traffic stops and moving vehicles at high rates of speed. One part that I want to briefly just kind of throw out there that a lot of you don't know is how many law enforcement officers were killed. I've got the 2014-2015 assault stuff from the FBI Uniform Crime Report, and it states that in 2014 there were, 2014 there was 41 officers killed in the line of duty, felonious acts other than, a car accident or something like that. So there's 41 officers killed in 2014. 2015 there were 51 officers killed, so it's 41 and 51. The population of the United States is approximately 325 million people. Okay, there's 1.2 million law enforcement officers in the United States, so that's a big gap. That's about 3.5% of the population is law enforcement. So we're outnumbered a lot. So it would be really nice if, whenever we're dealing with the general public, if you guys knew how to keep things safe as well as us. Everybody works together and makes everybody a lot more safe. Things happen a lot quicker, get moving along your day. So we've got 325 million people in the United States, 1.2 million law enforcement officers, and everybody's going to end up getting mad at the police at some point in time. It's just probably, you're either going to get a seatbelt ticket or something. That's just life, but that's there to keep you safer. The thing that people don't realize how to do is to keep their emotions in check whenever they get approached by law enforcement. That's the hardest thing, is just staying calm, because you don't generally know why you may or may not have been approached. We read people's body language, we read people's emotions through their facial gestures and stuff. So if you let your emotions get out of hand, it may lead us to believe that there could be something else going on that there's not. So the main thing you need to do is keep your hands where we can see them, and don't let your emotions get the best of you. It's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be scared, or whatever emotion runs through your mind, but don't let it control your physical body, because we are going to be watching everything you're doing because we don't know you. Keep your emotions in check, and that way we can read you. Be polite, be cooperative, do everything that you're asked of, and once the officer understands that everything is kosher and it'll help de-escalate everything, everybody's emotions will be a lot less tense a lot sooner, and allow for a lot more pleasurable or non-aggressive atmosphere during the stop or the investigation. The reasoning behind keeping your hands where they can see them, if you're approached on foot, don't have your hands in your pockets or putting them in your jacket, or flailing around a lot. Just kind of be still, let us see what you're doing. And the reason for that is because we don't know who you are or what you've got. when I was on the way over here to give this little speech or demonstration, I passed 2 or 3 different deputies, and I went to a gas station. Well, when I went in that gas station, nobody knew who I was, and nobody else was paying me any attention. The whole time I was in there, I was carrying my secondary, my sidearm, concealed in my back. Well, how many people did I pass on the way here, and how many people did I walk past in that gas station that had no idea that I was carrying a weapon? So that's one of the main reasons that we ask for your total cooperation until we figured out what's going on, because we don't know. Personally, my mother has experienced a bad phone call twice. Once was my father being shot in the line of duty, and once was me almost being shot in the line of duty. I wasn't hit, my dad was. My dad, it went in here, it came out here, he's alive, and he's fine. He worked for 10 more years before he retired. But that's some of the big reasons behind why you may be spoken to or treated a certain way in the beginning of an investigation, because you don't know exactly why the law enforcement are there, what they've dealt with before, and what they're going to deal with after. Everybody's out there for your safety. We want you to go home safe, and we want to go home safe too. So with your cooperation and your help, we can put it together and make more people go home safe. There were, in 2014, there was a cumulative amount of about 22,000 people killed in homicides, which is a lot more than there was officers killed. In 2015, there were, let's see, where we go, 19,000 killed in 2015 in homicides. So there were 51 officers and 41 officers, and then we've got getting close to 50,000 people killed in 2 years. We just want everybody to go home safe, and we want to all work together. Just remember, we're all Americans in the United States. United we stand, or divided we fall. So everybody needs to work together. Thank you.